Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our series building decks around the new legendary creatures from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Last week we had decks led by the new dragon spirits, but this week we're building decks around the leaders of the clans. Leading today's teamer deck is Eshki Dragonclaw. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Eshki Dragonclaw is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary human warrior with Vigilance, Trample, and Ward 1. At the beginning of combat on our turn, if we've cast both a creature spell and a non-creature spell this turn, we draw a card and put 2 +1/+1 counters on Eshki Dragonclaw. Okay, so this was an interesting build for me. I wanted to have an even split between creature spells and non-creature spells. I wound up going a little heavier on the non-creature spells, but that's fine. Our commander is a creature, and we can cast her over and over if needed. Anyways, I was struggling to keep the list even. If we have 37 lands and our commander, that leaves 62 cards. So to keep it even, we need 31 creatures and 31 non-creatures. And then I remembered that omens and adventures exist, and the problem was solved. Now, this isn't a budget list, but it's not super expensive either. The deck wound up being $135 at the time of recording. We've got a few cards in the list that are in the $10 range, but nothing crazy expensive. We also have no game changers in the list. How strong is this deck? I'll leave that for you to decide. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. For the past few years, Ultimate Guard has been hard at work finding ways to protect your cards without damaging the planet, and they have discovered it. Boulders, once made entirely of plastic, are now made of 87% renewable resources. They also come in a variety of sizes and colors, including this new brown 133 card box. If you're like me, you have a ton of decks, want a little bit of space for your tokens in your deck boxes, and don't want those boxes filling up an entire suitcase, then this box is the perfect solution. Find it if your local game store carries the new Return to Earth boulders from Ultimate Guard, or click the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Frontier Bivouac, Hinterland Harbor, Sulphur Falls, Rootbound Crag, Rimewood Falls, Volatile Fjord, Highland Forest, Tangled Islet, Molten Tributary, Wooded Ridgeline, Yavimaya Coast, Shivan Reef, Karplusan Forest, Simic Growth Chamber, Izzet Boilerworks, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, 8 forests, 5 islands, and 4 mountains. Not bad for a mostly budget list. For mana ramp, we've got Temur Battlecrier, Sakura Tribuilder, Animar Soul of Elements, Elysian Caryatid, Bloomvine Regent, Beanstalk Giant, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, 3 Visits, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, and Migration Path. A good mix of creatures and non-creatures. Our card advantage package consists of Auroral Procession, Eternal Witness, Timeless Witness, Evolution Witness, Jori-En Ruin Diver, Meringue River Regent, Virtue of Strength, Archmage of Runes, Sabsunin Luxa Embodied, Malcolm the Eyes, Temur Ascendancy, Monastery Siege, Teferi's Ageless Insight, and Hydroid Krasis. Again, a good mix of creatures and non-creatures to help keep our hands full. For interaction and spot removal, we're running a Braid, Negate, Naturalize, Return to Nature, Runescale Stormbrood, Sapphire Dragon, Stormkeld Vanguard, Scalding Viper, Counterspell, Beast Within, and Reclamation Sage. Gotta keep our opponents in line somehow. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act, Chandra's Ignition, and the thematic edition, Wave Goodbye. The core of our deck consists of Taigam, Master Opportunist, Railway Brawler, Whirling Stormbrood, Picnic Ruiner, Forgotten Ancient, Managorger Hydra, Agitator Ant, Thrumming Bird, Pollenbright Druid, Eris, Roar of the Storm, Karlach, Fury of Avernus, Champion of Lampholt, Zamone, Paradox Sculptor, Visions of Dominance, and Herald of Secret Streams. Supporting our plane, we've also got Snakeskin Veil, Hardened Scales, Evolution Sage, Flux Channeler, and Rhythm of the Wild. Gotta love extra +1/+1 counters. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 36 lands and 15 pieces of ramp. Not too shabby. 15 pieces of card advantage counting our commander. 11 pieces of interaction. 3 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds and Return to Nature. 1 Sudden I Win card in Herald of Secret Streams. Our commander automatically gains +1/+1 counters so long as we cast a creature spell and a non-creature spell prior to combat. This means we'll want to draw at least 3 cards per turn in order for this to happen. Ideally, we draw a land, a creature, and a non-creature. But so long as we're putting +1/+1 counters on our commander, we can just swing out with our commander and punch someone in the face with commander damage. And if we have Herald of the Secret Streams on board, there's nothing our opponents can do about it. Sure, they could use some spot removal or board wipes to get rid of our commander, but that's why we have some counter magic in our interaction package. All told, this is a pretty straightforward deck. We cast spells, draw cards, and smash our opponents in the face. Just as Garfield intended. Are you building an Eshki Dragonclaw commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons. Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgie, Nazwin Conga, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Jackie, Finn, Zen, Osira, Justin, Christian, and Golden Walker. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.